What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Sun Life.
And Katie.
We are on Highway 70 between Lakewood Ranch and Arcadia, heading towards Arcadia. Now, I want to record this little stretch of road because this stretch of road always has the dumbest drivers. Already, we almost hit a garbage can that was on the road, and a semi-truck dropped a bunch of garbage in front of us, leading to me getting a piece of rock hit my face through the window. So, luckily, it missed my eye. Let's just drive through here, and man, Lakewood Ranch is just about to the freaking edge of Arcadia at this point.
Yeah.
Highway 70, it's just, they're gonna make it 3 lanes all the way to just about to where we are now. I guess this is all from the hurricane here. You can see that there's piles of mulch on the side of the road. Mountains of mulch. That's all like from the hurricane still. Let's see what it's looking like out here. Highway 70 heading east out of Lakewood Ranch. Passing the Saddleback right now. You can see here, this is kind of like a hurricane staging area. This is kind of like a rural drive today. But I want to record it because every time I drive through here, I always see the wildest stuff. It's like, for some reason, this stretch road has some of the most road raging people you're ever going to meet. Every time we come through here, it's always an interesting drive because of how negligent and reckless the drivers are. It's like all you have to do is drive 3 miles out of town and you run into reckless drivers. This area suffered a lot with the hurricanes. It flooded really bad. Lots of tree damage. Look at all the dump trucks coming through here. This area is growing like crazy. Kind of the vicinity of Mayaka City. Now in this area, it's going to change forever. It's not going to be they're eventually probably going to rezone all this into like gated communities and stuff. People are fighting back, but
you can't fight back forever.
Yeah, it's eventually going to happen. That's why a lot of people here are kind of really always angry all the time because like this used to be a rural area, but it's starting to get swallowed up by the suburbs. So the people out here are just really angry at development and growth because,
That's a bunch of baby calves.
Yeah, the zip code north of here was the 9th fastest growing in the United States recently. Number 1 fastest growing zip code in the United States is north of here. So it's and probably next year this will be among the fastest growing areas in the country next year for sure. 2025.
We're in 2025.
Yeah, this year, this is going to be one of the fastest growing areas in the country for sure. The amount of stuff that they're planning it's not concrete yet, but they're talking about putting in Lakewood Ranch, right here on Highway 70, Orlando Medical Center, like a big hospital.
I would like that.
Yeah, it'd probably take a long time. I don't know how long it takes to build a hospital.
Probably a few years.
He probably won't be here by then. It's crazy how much this area has grown. Literally the fastest growing area in the country right now. We're among the fastest growing areas in the country. And there's a lot coming to Lakewood Ranch. I mean a lot. But it's still unincorporated, and I don't think they're going to incorporate it. Look at all these dump trucks. I wonder where the quarry is out here. Are this way. It's definitely a chaotic drive through here with all these big heavy semis coming through and dump trucks. It's 20 afternoon, we're gonna go to Arcadia. It's been a while since we go to Arcadia.
We like Arcadia. We've been coming to Arcadia for years.
Yeah, it's weird because like now we're like close to Arcadia in an hour or so. And I think we've been to Arcadia 3 or 4 times since we've been up here. I was originally doing a video on DeSoto County, which is where Arcadia sits. We'll be there soon. And I couldn't believe how bad their sheriff's office is with arrests, man. They're just I did a video about how they kind of like enhance people's crimes for 20 different reasons. You know, if they catch you with a crime, they'll say that you have a fallen education. That's an enhancement. If you're 1,000 feet from a church or school or park, that's an enhancement. And on and on and on and on. It's just keep enhancing crimes for people. And it kind of ruins people's lives, I think. I think it's kind of... That's the way these rural counties are, man. They really like to throw the book at people. Merciless. Since I moved up here, I've had just bad experiences all through this area. From reckless driver, rude people. Even though during the Uber driving, I've had some really bad things happen to me out here Uber driving. Every once in a while you meet a solid redneck that treats you right, but overall it's been pretty crappy. You gotta slow down to 50 when you come to Mayaca City. There's always cops here. Going down to the speed limit.
They order Ubers, but then they don't want the ride.
Yeah, and then you end up stuck in the middle of nowhere. I really have had some horrible experiences Uber driving out here. Like to the point where I'm like avoiding coming out here, period. It's just not worth dealing with the people. I had one guy that was pretty cool. He was coming out. I took him from the hospital in Lakewood Ranch to a farm out here. He was alright. I think he tipped decently. But you're never going to get a ride back. I had another Spanish kid. Every once in a while you get a decent Uber passenger here, but overall it's pretty crappy.
They have a Dollar General around here.
They do have a Dollar General.
I've never paid attention to it.
Look at that old abandoned building right there. It's like an old
House.
it's like about to fall. There's a lot of abandoned buildings here in Mayaca. You know, like the whole area is growing, right? But like despite the fact the area is growing, like the town of Mayaca, it kind of reminds me of like Elmore, Alabama.
Yeah.
The town of Elmore.
That gas station looks like the one from Elmore.
I know it does. This kind of looks like Elmore, Alabama, where you just pull up and it's like totally like...
Where some old lady is telling her grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be doing nothing. You don't want to end up with a baby like your cousin Leroy.
You don't want to look like your cousin down there.
You guys are already inbred. You can't be inbred again.
Can't do it again. No, this reminds me of like Elmore. It really does. You just pull through just a bunch of tractors by the side of the road, a bunch of rundown houses.
Yeah.
What is up with these boats? I've seen like 10 of them today.
Now I know it's Florida, and they're most likely they are more civilized
There's a park here.
than the Alabama
park.
thing. Yes.
I've never been there. We should check it out on the way back if it's light enough. The amount of dump trucks, though, this is just like one after the other. It's like, and there's like a tractor on the road up ahead.
Of course.
That's why we're driving slow. There's like a tractor. Ooh, that's a weird leg cramp. Because I think the tractor's finally getting, there we go. This is exactly like Elmore, Alabama. Like, I literally feel like I'm back in Alabama. Look at that barn right there. Little beat up barns and stuff. That's pretty cool. I love to explore old barns like that. That's so cool. Like if I could just like get a hold of that property owner and be like, hey, can I please explore your barn for my YouTube channel? That'd be pretty cool. 60 miles an hour now. Tractor's just sitting there. There's that BMW trying to pass his truck. So far, we haven't got road rage, which is like the norm for coming out this way. Old beat up bus right there. But yeah. That's that one ranch where like we ended up in there by accident, and then like the owner was like trying to like really be angry at us. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was like I couldn't even tell. Like we were coming to the back of Mayaca City, I had no idea it was a private property because it was a road.
Yeah.
But the road kind of splits private property, and the people got really mad at us. I'm like, dude, you know it looks like a road. I'm not trying to be, you know, like I've just had bad experiences out here.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because like I always grew up thinking that country people were nicer and all that. And like as you get older, you just kind of like realize it's not really the case.
They're nice to each other.
It's like think there was a lot of great things about rural living, and there's nothing wrong with rural living. I liked rural living. It wasn't the rural living that was a problem. It was like the people that live in rural areas that are the problem. Nothing wrong with rural living. It's not the living, it's lifestyle. It was amazing. I miss the rural living.
I liked it.
It's not that
It was quiet.
It was the people you had to deal with. Let's like now, like I'm looking through these arrest records for different counties, right?
Yeah.
And like, it's crazy to think that, like the way people look, right?
Mm-hmm.
People in urban areas are just well kept, shaved, clean. And I'm looking through arrest records for urban areas and arrest records for rural areas, you know? When you get to these rural counties, like the people, they don't take care of themselves. They don't shave. They don't brush their teeth. They don't comb their hair. There's just like bad hygiene and degenerated looking. Like skin cancer on their face and stuff looking type people. Like, dang, man, like take care of yourself. Well, we noticed like when we lived in Alabama, like how bad people's hygiene was out there in the countryside.
Yeah.
And I would think people in the city in Alabama have pretty bad hygiene too, to be honest. Like I was just looking at Naples arrest records, right? And like the lineup, even like the people getting arrested, there's more of those boats. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money moving right there. What are those like $500,000 boats a piece?
Uh-huh.
Look at all these dump trucks, man. Wild crap. It's like up here, like even though there's a lot of dump trucks, you don't see a lot of people with flat tires.
Yeah.
Like in Fort Myers, where they're constantly trying to get dump trucks to get flat tires so they can charge them and fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a little bit of a drought. We kind of got a lot of rains and hurricanes.
Rained a little bit. Was it last night?
Not much.
Yeah, just a little bit. Because I went out in the morning, the car had rain on it.
No road ragers yet. I don't know if I'd want to keep living in this area if it just keeps growing and growing. It becomes like a giant. Because then eventually traffic will get like Naples, where it's just like you can't even get on the road.
Yeah, I think I might be ready for a new adventure.
I am. I think when we go to renew our lease, we gotta plan to move. Because we've been so broke, we haven't been able to prepare to move. We gotta save like $6,000 or $7,000 extra dollars to move,
Yup.
which is $1,000 a month from here to then. It seems like a lot.
Yeah.
I really feel like I want to move. I'm ready for a new adventure. Jacksonville's been good for the analytics, but man, it's so dangerous in Jacksonville. It's grimy up there with like
Yeah.
it's definitely becoming diverse, but it's like a crappy, dirty place. Like I feel like Jacksonville is the most affordable of Florida's large cities.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just like that doesn't make it a magnet for like dirty, crappy people
Yeah.
who can't afford to make it in nice places.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at a few different things. It's just going out there and seeing them.
We've both been kind of down with our health. We gotta get back to where we can do
Yeah.
stuff again. It's like our rents and our overhead is so high right now that we can't do stuff. Like all our money goes to bills. Like we make a lot of money, and it all goes to bills. We don't get to see any of it. Just like just yesterday, we were paying our taxes for last year. Now here we are again already.
Gonna have to pay it
Pay
again.
taxes again. It's like life has become a very repetitive pattern.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about making our lives simpler. I just don't know how to do it.
I know.
Like, so right now our rent is $2,600 with everything.
With everything
Yeah, roughly.
between electric
Don't worry about electric. Just worry about rent itself is $2,600.
about $2,550.
Call it 26. And then you gotta pay the electric, which is like another $100. Is that a homeless person?
I don't think they're home. No.
Cops.
Yeah.
There's cops there. There's cops, and that is a homeless person because they got a sweater on. And the cops are probably gonna harass them. They're definitely homeless because they got a. Why are they going to Arcadia? That's the last place I want to be if I was homeless. There's 2 cops there. This is where I saw a Florida Panther. He's crossing the road now. They got 2 cops there. Dang, that person's walking to Arcadia.
They look like they just went to the store.
No, they're wearing a blanket. They're homeless. Anybody go outside wearing a blanket like that is homeless. They got 2 police cars there. They're heading towards Arcadia. Can you imagine landing in Arcadia homeless?
You better go on the other way.
You're right, yeah. Welcome to the Soto County right here. Goodbye, Manatee. This is where I saw the panther. Were you with me that day?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. A while back, it was like a huge thing for homeless people to be like on county lines because they can hop back and forth between one county and the other, and then like it's a way for them to dodge law enforcement. Like, that was a huge thing a while back with the homeless, where they would be right on the county line because they could hop back and forth. Like if one agency got too bad, they could just hop over to the other side.
Yeah. Well,
I don't really see too much of that anymore.
Yeah, look at like Pasco and Hernando.
US 19. They have arrested so many homeless people in Hernando, you couldn't believe it. Wouldn't believe how many homeless people they've arrested in Hernando last year.
Yeah.
Somebody kind of went off the road there. No road ragers, that's kind of interesting.
Great Depression, they had those,
shantytowns?
what they call them? Overville.
That's where the crap we are right now.
Yeah.
It's hot.
There's literally towns in the woods at this point.
Oh, there's literally cities in the woods at this point. And you know, like, I was looking at, like, you have to do kind of like a random draw. You couldn't do like a couldn't do like a hand selected draw. Like if I were to look at the arrest reports of the people, like in Hernando, right? I saved them all. I mean, everyone I saw, I saved them. We made a video about it. I don't know, 30 or 40% of those people gotta have mental illnesses, like serious mental illnesses. I feel like in other countries, like people who have mental illnesses can just live with their family, but here in the United States, it's a weird culture.
Yeah.
It's a culture where like everybody's like. I always thought when I was little driving a dump truck would be cool until my brother got a dump truck. They're so uncomfortable. They're loud. They jump around a lot.
Yeah.
And then on top of like if that wasn't all enough, like. The thing that sucks about driving a dump truck, imagine doing this drive 17 times a day. Wouldn't that just get overwhelming? Like repetitive? Like that's what I hated. My brother, he had a dump truck, and I went with him one day. I hated it. We had to go 17 times in one day between Lehigh and like wherever the crap was out there in 82. Can you imagine in one day doing the same drive 17 times over? Sure, you're making $69 a trip, right? You're making $70 every round trip.
Yeah.
Or something like that, which it adds up. But dang, bro, like you can start like at 3 in the morning or something, or 4 in the morning. But repetitively over and over again, just the same route over and over and over again.
In the 1970s, they let out the institutions.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were a lot of people that shouldn't have been institutionalized. Like, going and institutionalizing your wife because you don't like what she did or
Consider it.
is another thing. But, you know, I'm not for it or against it. I'm just saying it happened. And there has been an increase of homelessness since that.
Well, like, I was watching Panama today, right? There's a YouTuber, I just subscribed to this guy's channel. And his videos in Panama, right?
Yeah.
It was like showing in Panama City, which is like, Central America. And like, there's literally more homeless people in our town where we live than there are in Panama City. And if you think about it, that's a huge city. And homelessness is the same for the same reasons throughout the whole world. Like, I feel like one of the things people don't really realize about homelessness is it's the same exact thing all over the world. In Panama, you would think a country that is poor would have more homelessness, right? Not exactly. Like, and then like they're like it's the same exact ordeal. Mentally ill, childhood trauma, addicted. Literally, that's exactly what the homeless thing is in Panama. I was watching a whole documentary.
Yeah.
And just like, how the homeless people are really nice and thankful for us for what we're doing, it's the same thing. Like, they were like really happy the guy came out to do a documentary about them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this is like a whole different country, a different language, but it's the same exact problem. And I've been watching like homeless videos from. I recently watched a homeless video in Japan. They don't have a lot of homelessness, but they have some homelessness, and it's like it's the same exact problem, it's just in different parts of the world.
Everybody has the same problems. The problem you have over here, somebody else is going through it too.
But I think in those countries like Panama, like they allow people like to live. Like, I guess if you're completely indigent, you could just, I guess, move to the woods somewhere. And like if you had nothing, there'd be a place where you can go and buy like a piece of land for practically nothing.
You still have to pay taxes on it.
I don't think they have property taxes in Panama. I think that's like an American thing. What countries don't have property taxes? That'd be interesting. Property taxes are a scam and a fraud to itself. I feel like everybody should just be taxed. Like, let's say everybody pays $1,000 a year, but I don't think it should be like for having a property or not. I feel like property taxes are a huge. It's like you never really own. Why even buy property if you can't really ever own it? Does it say what countries don't have property taxes?
Malta, Vanuatu, and the UAE.
That's it?
Countries without property tax for residents and non-residents: Bahrain, Cambodia, the Cayman Islands, Cambodia. Why is Cambodia listed twice? Croatia, the Cook Islands.
I think so. This is like a thing globally.
Yeah.
It's not even like a U.S. thing. Any Latin American countries? I know Cuba doesn't have property taxes, and it's not on your list.
Yeah, when I was in Cuba, I noticed they have better social structures than we have here.
What do you mean by social structure?
Like, they seek each other out and actually go to people's houses and spend time with them and actually have a conversation instead of, sitting in a room and you're both on your phones.
I'm right next to you. Angry American. Yeah, there's something about like socializing in the United States that's weird.
Like, we've taken the socializing out.
Yeah. Everything is so... I don't even know how to explain it. It's a very materialistic country, and that strips away social aspect of things. Like I said, in Cuba, you go to here and talk to people and have coffee over here. You just enjoy life. We're finally in Arcadia.
I think I went to 17 people's houses in one day.
Yeah, you just meet people and...
So my choices were either be drunk or awake. I was awake.
Coffee or rum,
Yeah.
We're finally in Arcadia. We gotta slow down for this construction. We're like, that's our second tackle truck already.
Yeah. And we know where we're going at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks kind of dry.
It looks
It's
super
gonna be
dry.
a really bad dry season. Crossing the what is this? I forgot the Peace River. Speed limit right there. Oh, semi train. So where are the semi trucks? Are they really coming down from from the quarry on 31? Damn, what's up with this camera flying all over the place? Oh snap! It's an El Ranchero. El Ranchero. Good thing they're fixing their roads here. This town has like the worst roads in America.
They need wider roads.
Here?
Yeah.
Well, they're so beat up. Arcadia's like infrastructure-wise just in shambles.
Lake Catherine.
Catherine the Great, man. The lake of Catherine the Great. Sounds like the worst roads in America, literally. I don't think I've ever, and I mean like maybe somewhere in like southern Louisiana could have worse roads than this. But this town, it is like, how did they even get their roads this bad? I think they're just stealing all the money. It's got to be like something where like, I mean, this literally looks like, it doesn't even look like you're in the United States. Like, look at the houses. It literally, like, you pull into this town and you feel like you just like stepped into like freaking Central America. Like, look how beat up the houses are, and like the roads, and like it literally feels like you're like
It
not
looks
even.
like they're putting in some infrastructure.
I think they've just been stealing the money forever. That's what I think. Like, they've just been stealing the money indefinitely forever.
This
Like,
is the first time I've
the
actually
whole
seen people
town,
out. Yeah.
the whole town is like decrepit. Oh, they opened up the store again. Remember, it was closed. Their homeless population's been exploding here, I think, from what I've heard.
Village of tiny town, providing solutions for the homeless.
Is that what it says there?
Yep.
Are they building it or what?
Coming soon.
Oh,
They're building
They're building it. Well, the problem is that the homeless problem from Arcadia, like, the homeless just flee Like, if you become homeless here, you just move to, like, Sarasota or Bradenton. Like, they don't stay here. Like, I had a homeless guy who told me, I asked him, he was like, oh, where are you from? Like, I'm from Arcadia. I'm like, oh, how's that? He's like, dude, if you're homeless in Arcadia, you're practically dead. But even as bad as it's got, there's still like a lot of homeless here now. Like, there's a lot of homeless Haitians last time I was here. Like, recent arrivals too. I think they were like recent arrivals. Like, they just recently got here. I'm talking about recent arrivals. Like, people think the United States is the only country that's got these problems. There's been recently homeless people. I was watching this guy from Panama, right? Or not Panama Club. Yeah, Panama. And like, there's a huge amount of like, there's this huge thing with homelessness now in Panama. A lot of them are from Colombia and Venezuela. Like, where they migrate, further into North America. Like, a lot of them are like Venezuelan, Colombians that are homeless in Panama. Like, a lot, like, I was watching to like stuff from Spain. I want to visit Spain. Watching stuff from Spain, and they have the same problem that we have in the United States, where like the ones that are Spanish feel like they're like racist towards everybody else and feel like they're better than everybody else. Because there's like there's Dominicans in Spain. There's like Cubans. There's 100,000 Cubans in Spain. There's what else is there in Spain? There's Armenians and stuff like that, like Eastern Europeans, who I crap load. And like, there's this huge problem now in Spain where like the Spaniards feel like they're better than all the other people, and they treat all the other people bad. I feel like the same thing happens in the United States.
Yeah.
Arcadia Police. Cool, they have their own police department. I thought it would just be the Soto County. I didn't really realize they had their own police department here.
Got it. Good.
Look how the car behind us went. Crazy. Beautiful day. J. Cole. Sheriff. All trucks. Bartow 50 miles. So we want to keep going. That's right.
Orlando, 120.
Wow, that's crazy. I feel like when we move up here, like, we thought we'd be closer to Orlando. It's still far from Orlando.
I know.
You know how big Florida is.
There is one place in Orlando I do want to check out.
Yeah, it's 3 in the afternoon right now.
I know.
So we'll have to earlier for that.
I was trying to get you to leave earlier.
I just haven't been up for it. Hopefully this place is open. They're amazing. Oh yeah. El Charro, literally like one of the best Mexican restaurants in all of Florida. I kid you not, this is literally one of the best Mexican restaurants in all of Florida. El Charro. They're just amazing.